Welcome to Wanna Bet, the daily gambling game show that takes betting seriously, but not much else. Get our favorite plays on the totals, sides, props, exotics, and futures to jump on now.
So let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Subject custom chemicals about the console felino. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben.
Let's get it started. I'm Jason. That's Ben. This is Wanna Bet. We smash bets. Not all the time, but more than most of the mooks. That's for damn sure. And we track every bet and we show our work and we keep score. And we do this again 7 days a week, year round. And we're in markets that not everybody's in because, well, they're markets that we live in, markets that we consume, markets that we invest is probably the wrong verb. It's gamble, but we'll say invest in. Beltway Ben, one of which is Die Bundesliga. There's a lot of soccer out there. It's too much. If you tried to be an expert in every soccer domestic league or even the top 12 domestic soccer leagues around the globe, and you had a family and you did a show like this and you did a radio show and you're a professional writer, it's not going to happen. Beltway Ben, I grew up on the NASL and the MISL. Those are the matches that I went to as a human being and would watch on VHS cassettes and, watch on ABC back when they had the rights to the NASL. Jim McKay calling NASL games. You can find it on YouTube. Some pretty good highlights. Try to find, was it Rodney Marsh? He dribbles through like 8 guys inside the 18 and finishes as a Fort Lauderdale striker. Grew up, and the NASL was loaded with players who came over from England's first division. Was not the Premiership then. There was no Premiership. First division, second division, third division, fourth division. Came over from the English first and second division. So I followed the Prem. Well, wrong. Followed English first division soccer. And there was a show on PBS, Public Broadcasting System, that came on every Sunday called Soccer Made in Germany. And they would show you highlights of the week before in the Bundesliga and then give you extended highlights of the match of the day. We're getting Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. We're getting Der Bomber, Gerd Müller. We're getting Der Kaiser, Franz Beckenbauer. So I always followed the Bundesliga. These days, get every Bundesliga match there is on ESPN+. And sometimes on the ESPN2 or the regular ESPN for a big one. Like a Dortmund-Munich match. Beltway Ben, I'm so glad the Bundesliga is back from winter break. Ben's having a computer issue. We cannot put the full ticket up like normal. Like, for the conspiracy theorists who say, they can only never put the ticket up when they have a bad night. I effing destroyed yesterday. Didn't lose a bet. And hit a whole bunch more that I didn't give out on the show. Like a Bundesliga 6-legger that included everything I gave you on this show, plus Mainz Hoffenheim over 2.5 goals, plus the Gyasi anytime goal that I said, it's not really an official play, but he hasn't scored in forever, and I think they're going to win by multiple goals, and they really want him to get off the schneid, and he scores a Wunder goal from outside the box in the 82nd minute as Dortmund, who played like shite, still win 3-0. And then, look, our Red Hawks, who are on a Hall of Fame path, Miami of Ohio, they only won that game 101-60 or whatever. The Atlanta Lakers went over with 4 minutes to play. We don't have them like that all the time, Beltway Ben. But when we have them, we celebrate them. And yesterday was a freaking nice day for Lock and Fora LLC in the gambling markets.
Yeah. For the people, we'll have
the Dortmund playing like shite in the first half and still coming away up 1-0 at the half for plus 180. Like, sometimes you're lucky. Sometimes you're lucky. Sometimes you're not. It's just people say there's no luck. No, there's luck involved in the sport. So there's luck involved in the outcome of gambling on these sports. Yesterday was a fucking banger, mate.
Yeah. Jason, we'll have the betting slip tomorrow. So for people who are saying we're lying, Jason went 6-0 plus 7.88 units. That puts him at 633 and 759 plus 31.58 units on the year since we started the show. And then me, I went 3-4. I was down minus 0.39 units, and now I am 695 and 705 plus 3794. I know people are going to be out there. Listen, I struggled. Jason smoked
get his other laptop. It takes 3 laptops to do this show. If he can get the other one going again, the editing laptop, then we'll have it up tomorrow. But, like, please tell me somebody out there parlayed everything. You know when you're hot, Beltway Ben? So I played the 6-legger, including the Hoffenheim match and mines, over 2.5. Because you know how I do this sometimes? I broke it down and had the wrong team. I had the match at the wrong place. I broke it down like Hoffenheim was at home rather than on the road.
Right. Well, soccer.
I noticed it.
Spots, right?
I noticed it yesterday morning, and I'm like, I can't give this out on the show. My bet's already placed. I can't give it out on the show. I'm like, I'm like, oh shit, I did the game wrong. I'm sitting there still watching it though. It could have been 3 in the first half. There was 1 in the first half. We got 2 in the second half. But like, that's when you know you're on it. Like, I capped the game. I had the wrong team home when I capped the game. Bet it as part of a 6-legger. Everything cashed. The biggest sweat was the Gayassi goal, which I didn't think. I mean, I'm like, especially once I gave it out on air, I'm like, I probably really moved it. And then I get on the thing to him while we're doing it. I'm like, bro, Gayassi just scored in the 83rd minute. Like, get the F out of here.
Yeah.
We like the Bundesliga today, Beltway Ben. We like
the Bundesliga. I should have tailed.
So you're not going to hear a lot of Serie A bets out of me because I don't really like the style of play. I think it's kind of shite. You get goals in the Bundesliga. The shite teams attack. The best team in the league, Bayern, just scored 8 over the weekend without really trying.
Do you want to put the bibs on?
We like die Bundesliga.
Do you want to put the bibs on?
Should we?
6 or more. You finished at 7, 3 something, and I finished at minus 0.3. So
I mean, that's 7, not including the Gayassi and anytime goal.
Yeah, I think it's.
Which, again, there you go. Putting on the bibs. Putting on the foil. Bundesliga matches, 12:30 and 2:30 today on ESPN+. Like, I'd rather be in those markets than try to figure out who's going to play in the FA Cup matches or who's going to play in the Caribou Cup matches. And even in Germany, I don't really mess with the Pokal that much because there's just too much variance. But coming out of a winter break in a league with a lot of goals, with everybody fresh and nobody worried about squad rotation, freaking Bundesliga, man. It's fun. It's fun soccer. If you don't like soccer, just flick on an average book. No, get some nil-nils. But, bro, it's fun, man. It's fun football. And, hey, Bundesliga, U.S. marketing people, if you're listening, overtime with die Bundesliga. Come on, man.
That would be pretty good. I think we should. The way you yell about it. I think we should. Definitely.
I was during I was trying to get like Josh Sargent when he played over there, or Gio Reyna. I was like when we first launched the radio show like 6 years ago. I do have a contact over there because I was trying to get like some of the American players in the Bundesliga on the radio with us.
Right.
And then the freaking COVID hit, and although the Bundesliga did come back pretty quickly. All right. You guys want bets. You want winners. Enough about yesterday. Yesterday was effing fun, though. I mean, Miami, Ohio won by 40 freaking points. What was that? 16.5. I told you I've altered it up to 19.5. I told you I think they're 25 points better than these Mooks.
I love the Mooks.
First down today. Are we good? We're good, right?
Oh, you're ready to go. Let it fly.
I'm freaking fired up, bro.
Let it fly.
Bayern plays today. Come on, man. We're going to take the under in this Brooklyn Pelicans game. Remember, we were on Pels overs for a while at home. Yeah, that worm has turned, bro. So we're going to ride it the other way. You can still get this at 28.5. I think it's going to continue to creep lower. Full disclosure, it was at 230.5 when it opened yesterday when I jumped it. I still like it at 228.5. You can find it at -11, so not a lot of juice there. The Pels are now under in 7 of their last 10 overall. They're now under in 5 of 6 at home, Beltway Ben. Those games have gone under by 30.5, 9.5, 4.5, 18 and a half, and 7.5 points. That's a lot. The Brooklyn Nets are under in 6 of their last 9 on the road. These teams over their last 10 games are 21st and 24th, respectively, in the league in offensive rating. Both have clamped it down a little better defensively. These are not deep rosters. These teams seem to be running out of gas to me a little bit, Beltway Ben. We're in the dog days of the NBA. We're close enough that you can start to smell the All-Star break and Punta Cana or wherever they go on the other side of it. Let's face it, these are teams that are still stuck in a tank. I know the Pels are trying to get on the other side, but I mean, it's still a tanking roster. I think that their depth is being compromised right now, and there's not a whole lot of light on the other side of the tunnel. So let's get in on them continuing to play games that are, around 225 total points, 220 total points. That's been the norm for them.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the college basketball markets, and we're going to play the Auburn, Missouri over 153.5 matchup here. This is a road game for Auburn, but their defense has been atrocious at home, on the road, no matter where they play. Now, to that, they play fast. They shoot the three. They shoot it pretty damn well. That's not their issues. Their struggles this year have come on the defensive end of the court. Now, Missouri, their last few games have been lower scoring, right? 130s, 140s. But if you look before that earlier in the year, and of course, against some of the non-conference lesser teams you play, you can run it up. But I mean, they were scoring 102, 98, 86. They were able to get up. Now, some of the elite competition, they have not been able to run it up that way, but they played a Minnesota team who's looked a lot better once Big Ten play started, who were dead under team, and they scored 83 points against them at home at Mizzou. I think here in this spot, Mizzou's going to have success scoring against an Auburn defense who, when you look at their team, like if their defense was just subpar, they'd probably be in a really good spot, but they're that bad. They're playing that fast. They can score, but they can't defend it all. I would expect tons of scoring tonight. And Missouri, like, they're the one team that scares me here, but being at home, comfortable in that spot, I think they'll have no issue. Auburn's been bad all year. And I keep like ripping Auburn for how bad they've been. But again, scoring hasn't been an issue for them. 100, 106, 88, 95. That's their last 4 games. It's not been a real issue. I know at Purdue they had some struggles, but Mackey is a little bit different here than what's going on in Mizzou. I would expect both teams to be ready to go offensively. I think it'll be starting quick. And again, I talk to you guys about this all the time. If early on in this matchup it's starting slow, don't be overly concerned. College basketball is very weird. Yesterday we did lose the Providence game, but like even that one, they're down 15 and they got it to 4 or 5 with 9 minutes left. Like it's college basketball is a game of runs. Don't judge it until it's later in the game. That's just kind of pretty important in this exact sport. So give me the Auburn Mizzou over 153.5 -110.
Perfect segue. My 2 favorite college plays of the day. Tulsa overs are something we jumped earlier in the season. They're settling into conference play, and we think they're a dead over team. They're 7-2 to the over their last night. We're going to play Tulsa Charlotte over 149.5 -110. Apple Bottoms and Spotifyers. So again, the Golden Hurricane 7-9 to the over their last 9. I think both these teams could put up 80 in this game. We're looking at a top 40 Ken Palm offense in Tulsa. We're looking at an elite team in terms of their EFG. We're looking at a team that can drain the three-pointer but can't defend the three-pointer. We're looking at a Charlotte team that can't defend the three-pointer. We're not like uber pace here, but we're high-octane, high-efficient offenses in terms of Tulsa. Charlotte will run some. The problem with Charlotte is they can't rebound to save a damn, so they can't extend their possessions. Tulsa's going to kill them on the boards. I think Tulsa's going to beat them on a lot of fast break points. Best I can find, Beltway Ben, on that Charlotte roster, there's 2 kids averaging more than 3 rebounds a game, and it ain't like those cats are averaging 9 or 10. I think Tulsa's going to score a bunch of points. Charlotte's going to have to keep chasing points. Charlotte is a top 150 EFG offense. I think both these teams are good for 80 points tonight. I think this goes into the one, pushes 160. And then we're back fading Gardner Webb. I know our scroll down here has it at 13.5. I just made this bet. This line was late to come out.
Well,
I saw some stuff offshore last night. I'm like, those numbers can't be right. They weren't. I played it at 12.5 at minus 110. So that is very live. Gardner Webb is the 365th Ken Palm rated defense in the country, Beltway Ben. Do you know how many D1 schools there are in the country?
326.
365. They're 365th out of 365. If they were 365th out of 326, something would be amiss.
Oh, shoot. Sorry. I didn't even hear what number you said.
That's all right. That math wouldn't math. Yeah, there's 365 NCAA men's Division One basketball schools. Gardner Webb is ranked 365th in Ken Palm total defense. I don't know how many Division II schools there are, Beltway Ben, but a Division II school hung 90 points on Gardner Webb earlier this year. Gardner Webb's lost 4 straight games by 10 points or more. Gardner Webb is 5-10 against the spread. They're 4-8 against the spread. Are Gardner Webb. I don't even know what the hell their nickname is. After a loss. Look, Radford has some issues, but Radford's an elite team protecting the basketball. They turn you over, and they don't turn it over. You get extra possessions against a defense as horrible as Gardner Webb, you're probably beating them by 15 points or more. Just like we told you last night, we think Miami of Ohio, if you want to mess around in team totals, goes over 90. I think Radford gets to 90. I don't know that Gardner Webb gets to 70, let alone 75. Gardner Webb, 360, like I said, 365th in total defense, 330th in Ken Palm offense. They've allowed 88 or more in 4 straight games as they settle into conference play here. We like Radford. And we like the cars that go boom.
We're going to play an NBA parlay. Yesterday, I kind of enjoyed what we had going with parlays, and now that football season's coming to an end.
That was a great call on the Rockets. Another plus money banger. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Beltway Ben. Meatball says, woof, woof, better food for me.
If only, yeah.
Wolf, Meatball says, give me some lobster roll.
If only Şengün could have grabbed that 8th board, which, again, to me, he still did grab. Because he didn't tap it directly at KD. It was to KD's right a little bit. So let's make sure we give KD his 10th board.
That dish is open to interpretation. I'd love to know how these official scorers really litigate.
It's genuinely unbelievable. It's actually quite frustrating. I was checking till I went to sleep. I'm going to check again real quick. I know we're live, but I just false hope.
Sometimes it takes till the next day.
Yeah, still 7. Whatever. That was a loss for us. If we would have cashed that one, we would have been in a better spot. Mark Williams, not a sweat at all. He had like 12 boards. But here we're going to go back to that market. We're going to do it a few times in this show. The Clippers on the money line, Kawhi Leonard over 22.5 points, and Alex Sarr 15+ points, plus 125. Kawhi Leonard's been a scoring machine as the Clippers has improved what they're doing, right? The Clippers were struggling bad early in the year. Their defense was atrocious, and all of a sudden they fixed things. Now, it's not completely fixed. They're not still great. They're dealing with injuries a little bit and trying to get healthy. With that being said, though, Kawhi's been averaging like 30+ points over his last 10 games. He's got up to 40 in a few. He's been regularly scoring the basketball. James Harden's assists, once again, are starting to tick up. They're starting to play the better basketball that they did down the stretch, which is why some people, including myself, had false belief that team could win the NBA Finals last year. They match up with Denver and lost in 7 games.
Dude, I was with you. That was a hell of a 7-game series.
It was. I mean, it was a legit series. But that's the way they were playing down the stretch to give us that belief.
Elite
and now
defense.
Yes.
Defense.
And they've turned that around.
Van Gundy left though, right?
Yeah.
Van Gundy's not on their staff anymore.
They've turned it around to a point. No, Van Gundy's still there. They turned it around.
Oh, he is? I thought he left.
No, because him and Chris Paul got into.
Oh, that was the end of the end.
Yeah, he was trying to coach things up, and Chris Paul was. It was ugly. That's a whole nother conversation we can get into another time. But no, he's there because Chris Paul was trying to coach guys on the court, and he was like, "You're not. That's not who you are," or something like that. Called him out. But yeah. No, but I like the Clippers here. They're playing better basketball. Kawhi is scoring the ball at will. It's not going to change here against the Wizards team who they had that fun run, right? They got up to 10 wins. They're starting to turn it around, and they trade for Trae Young and start tanking once again. Alex Sarr 15 plus gets us to a fair number. He's about minus 165. He's done this in a bunch of games this year. We've seen the growth from him. I love seeing it as a diehard Wizards fan. It's very fun. Hopefully he can continue to take a step in the right direction. Even with the Clippers, improvements defensively, I don't know that they're going to be able to shut him down. He's a different type of player. He'll stretch Zubats out if he's guarding him. He can stretch John Collins out, get him in some foul trouble if he's guarding him. He's not going to do enough for the Wizards to win this game, but I do expect him to have enough scoring output because guys like Keyshawn George started slowing down. Bub's gotten a little bit better, but they don't have enough scores without CJ McCollum. So give me the Clippers on the money line, Kawhi Leonard over 22.5 points, and Alex Sarr 15 plus points, plus 125.
I started calling Alex Sarr big dummy during that game on Friday that I went to with my kids, and they got a kick out of it. But the more I thought about it, I'm like, really, the big dummy is the coach. Maybe even more so than Alex Sarr.
Yes, he's
so. But Alex Sarr is on alert. Again, we watch the Wizards, so you don't have to. I will be keeping an eye on that late tonight. I don't have any action on that game, but I'll be keeping an eye on it. I hope Alex Sarr gets off the big dummy track, gets onto the money-making track.
So he's not
couldn't get 20 out of him the other night, where he wanted no parts of Zion Williams.
Yeah.
And he definitely didn't seem like he wanted to look for a shot even against New Orleans, which was odd. Let's get an early 3 out of Big Dummy tonight. And I won't call him Big Dummy no more.
That would be very nice, yes.
Halftime! Be a perfect spot for a Mason's Lobster Roll ad and Die Bundesliga ad, I'm just saying. Speaking of which, Beltway Ben, we give the people what they want. They want midweek afternoon Bundesliga action. We got Bayern on Cologne, really, but Bayern on Cologne action. How's that sound? The Bavarian Monsters travel to Cologne, home of Kolsch, a top 5 beer for me back in the day. We're going to lay the 2 with the Bavarian Giants again. Beltway Ben. Bayern is 6-1-0 on the road in Die Bundesliga, lest you forgot, because it's been a minute since they played a road match, about a month, because of the break. 24 goals scored, 5 conceded. How about Cologne at home? 2-2-3, not great. They have not kept a clean sheet at home. They have at least scored in 6 of their 7 home matches, but Bayern is a different beast. Cologne don't score a lot at home. Just 14 total goals in 7 home games. Again, in the Bundesliga, that's a low number. Here's what Bayern have done on the road this season in the Bundesliga, Beltway Ben. 4-0, 5-0, 2-2, 3-0, 3-0, 4-1, 3-2. So this bet in Bayern road matches would have cashed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Would have lost twice. I like those odds. It's an informed Bayern team. They won 8-0 over the weekend. They got to rest a lot of people in the final 30 minutes, play around with squad rotation. But guess what? They're dealing with illness right now. A lot of guys have the flu, so they don't have the depth available to them they normally would. Nicholas Jackson has put up in a great spot for him to start. He's still in the semifinals of the African Cup of Nations, not back yet from Senegal. So guess what? Company's going to have to play a lot of his A guys today. A lot of the websites I look at over there, the fan sites that generally have the lineups pretty right, seem to think it's an A lineup today. An A lineup.
Welcome to Wanna Bet, the daily gambling game show that takes betting seriously.
Did I do that?
No.
That's all right. Hey, brings me to another topic. Pretty soon we're going to have a new song.
Yeah.
Did you get to listen to any of that?
I did. Yes, it's good. I like it.
Did you? I know you had a lot going on, Beltway Ben. The Players Band, shout out to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
A local Mid-Atlantic region ska band. Did 3 different versions of the song. We picked our favorite one. They asked me about dude, what's going on when the lady's like, I'm like, I don't know. AI just took over there, and Ben and I liked it, so we went with it. But did you see I gave them some alternate lyrics?
Yes. Yeah.
Because when we created this show, We didn't know that Quinn frickin' Priester was going to dominate the summer. We didn't know it was going to be hot boy Quinny P, Freddie P summer. We couldn't have seen that coming.
No.
Right? We didn't know Camila Cardosa was going to be a freaking Hall of Famer.
I can
so
promise
the gibberish in the song, we're going to work through some stuff there, but it's not going to be gibberish anymore. So there you go. That's a big update. We will have humans over AI because, of course, like F the computers. And we got new theme music coming. Thank you, Players Band. All right. Also in third down, we like Hoffenheim to do the job today, Beltway Ben, at Borussia Mönchengladbach. Hoffenheim's probably the third best team in the Bundesliga. Like, I think they're steadier than, like, the Stuttgarts and the Frankfurts. Obviously, we've got Bayern. We've got Dortmund. I like Hoffenheim, and Hoffenheim have been great on the road. And Gladbach have been nothing special at home. Gladbach 2-3-4 at home. Not great. Twice as many losses as victories. Just 12 goals scored for Borussia Mönchengladbach. They've conceded 17 times at home. Hoffenheim, third best road team in the Bundesliga, 4-3-1. 14 goals scored. They've allowed Hoffenheim just 9 goals in 8 road matches. That's third best in die Bundesliga. They probably get an early one here because they will attack a little bit on the road. So if you want to play them to score first, you want to play them in the first half, you can. But we took the money line minus 105 at FanDuel. Had it the best this morning.
Yes, third down, we're going to the Knicks matchup tonight. I'm not buying what the Kings are selling over their last 2 games. I'm going to take the Knicks on the money line. Jalen Brunson, 25-plus points, and Karl Anthony Towns, 10-plus rebounds at plus 115. Quite honestly, this could be an auto play for Knicks wins. Right, 25-14. In the majority of their wins, Jalen Brunson is scoring what he needs to in 25, and Cat is grabbing 10 boards. That's been pretty regular. The Knicks have been up and down, haven't been great of late, right? They've lost, 8 or 6 of their last 8. They haven't been playing great basketball, but they have won 2 of their last 3. They beat a Trailblazers team. They played a Suns team pretty tough, and then they beat a Clippers team who we just mentioned how good they were playing. I don't know that they have any issues here with the Kings team that's 10-30, and they won 2 straight. So everybody's talking about them. They're healthier. Sabonis is still out. I don't trust them enough to carry this long. And Jalen Brunson, in their wins, as I said, has been a very, very heavy piece of it with his scoring. He does it a lot. He goes over 25 in games they win or lose. This isn't something that I don't think we're going to be sitting on the edge of our chair hoping. Like Jalen Brunson, you'll know pretty early on. He's getting to the free throw line. He's knocking down threes. And another big thing, late in the game, if it's close as it could be, the Kings need to foul. They want Brunson at the free throw line. Technicals, defensive 3 seconds, a foul before the throw in. Brunson will be shooting the free throws there. And then Cat on the glass. Cat could go for 10 boards in the first half. You're always scared that he's going to sub himself out or do whatever Cat usually does. But I do trust him enough on the glass. He's been aggressive. Sacramento's bottom 10 in scoring, bottom 10 in opposing rebounds over their last 6. They have not been good in that area, and Cat usually abuses any team who struggles against rebounds, and he does it really anywhere. Like Mitchell Robinson will sub in, he'll play 17 to 20 minutes, and he'll get his. But Cat, when he's on the court, is grabbing his boards, even on slow nights. Like we've seen him get to 16 to 18 boards this year. We just need 10. And then Brunson 25, basically, along with the Knicks win to cash this. So Knicks money line, Jalen Brunson 25-plus points, and Cat 10-plus rebounds, plus 115.
Excellent. Fourth down. I got some fourth and longs. Let's get some NFL action for you. It's sometimes hard to figure out Seattle, the running back situation. But I think everybody's going to be active with Sam Darnold at quarterback, which you gotta have a little bit of reservations there. Sammy at home, long layoff, a lot of time to think about this game against a familiar opponent and a team that Seattle can just road grade. It wasn't obviously 100% Barkley last week. There was no Lane Johnson, which shocked the Eagles. That was a last-minute change. Barkley still ran for 100. If Hurts wanted to run for 30 or 40 or 50, he could have. So there were a lot of ways you can attack the 49ers defense. I'm going to look at the long rush markets here, and I'm on both these. Charbonnet, longest rush over 12.5. You can get it at minus 102 at FanDuel. He's over this in 6 of his last 7. Seattle has allowed a rush of 17 yards or more in 6 of the last 7 games. We don't have to worry about Darnold vulturing too much here. I think a lot of times the key is, Charbonneau, it's going to be a pass. But I don't, Beltway Ben, and I'm looking at the overall attempts markets. We'll get to that later in the week. I'm praying they don't move too much. I think there's 11, 12, 13 carries for him here. And against that defense, still no Fred Warner. You have to worry about Smith and Jigba. Sam Darnold attempts more downfield passes than anybody in the league. You have to respect that, even if it's lower volume in a playoff matchup. I just think there's going to be an opportunity for this guy to take a draw for 13 yards or more. We also like Kenneth Walker, longest rush, alt markets 20 or above. Kenneth Walker to have a run of 20 yards or more. And DraftKings had this priced a little better than Bet365. You can still get it at plus 204 at DraftKings. This is Kenneth Walker's long rushes recently. 20, 16, 55, 6, 10, 27, 19, 25, 21. San Francisco's allowed a rush of 20 yards or more in 4 of the last 5 games. Their run fits are a little off. They cannot sell out to stuff the run like they did in the second half against the Eagles, because the Eagles have no downfield passing game and haven't all year, and the quarterback doesn't want to push the ball. Just a completely different opponent. Salah's hands are going to be tied. I think Clint Kubiak, do I worry he throws the ball a little too much as a young and dumb coordinator getting head coach attention for the first time? I do. That's why we're playing explosives here. We're looking for a moment of brilliance. And I think Seattle's going to play. I think McDonald's going to tell that young coordinator, bro, we're a defense and running team. And then we hit the play action shots off of that. I think Kenneth Walker could get 20 carries in this game. And if he does, he's taking at least one for 20 yards or more.
I'm going to go to the fourth and weird market, and it's not even that weird.
How weird is it, Beltway Ben?
It's just attempts.
Wow, that's kind of weird, though.
It is.
That's a big number.
It is. Yeah, that could be.
I mean, I know he's a chucker, but still.
Right. He's a chucker. He is absolutely a chucker. No, he's only gone over this in 2, real quick, for the listeners. Tyrese Maxey over 9.5 3-point attempts at minus 120. He's only gone over this in 2 of 8 games in this month, right? Or 7 games this month. 2 of 7 games this month he's gone over. He's had 10 attempts in both of those. Both those he made 4 threes. Now, if you look at last month, he'd gone over a few more games, and we still have a few more games left to play here. When he gets in this mode, though, he starts chucking. It's a regular thing, and he's facing a team here tonight in Cleveland that is allowing more attempts than all but 7 teams in the NBA, and they're also allowing 17 3-point makes per game, which is why we're going to play Tyrese Maxey over 3.5 3-pointers made at plus 115. I'm fine getting burned on this, but to me, the more I look at it, I don't know how he goes under. Over his last 7 games where he hasn't even shot 10 attempts, 6 for 9 last game, 2 for 7, 3 for 8, 4 for 10, 4 for 9, 6 for 9, 4 for 10, 4 for 7. He's been going over this with regularity, and we're getting plus money on a play for a guy that as soon as he starts knocking down a few, he's going to be feeling himself. That's another reason I really do like the attempts, because it's a guy who you see one go through the basket, you see the drop coverage that they're playing, however they want to play it. I'm going to burn you with the 3. There's going to be a lot of attention going Embiid's way, as Cleveland always shows. And Cleveland's defense, quite honestly, just has not been good this year. I said it before, 17 3-pointers per game they're allowing. Could Edge come knock down a few? Could Grimes knock down a few? Paul George, maybe. Tyrese Maxey is the chucker that they have, and he's very good at it. So give me Tyrese Maxey over 3.5 3-pointers made at plus 115, and we'll also take him over 9.5 3-point attempts at minus 120.
Love it. All right, time for overtime. And I am Meatball. Meatball thinks Maxey's got 4 threes in him tonight as well. So we're with you on that one. I think it's a tough assignment for Brock Purdy. We played Purdy under 1.5 passing touchdowns, parlayed with an interception. A lot of places will not let you parlay these two together. Bet365 will. We got it at plus 165 a day ago. You can still get it at plus 150 right now at the Bet365. Brock Purdy for his career against Mike McDonald-led defenses. Not great. 62% completions, 213 yards a game, 6 touchdowns, 8 picks, 79.8 passer rating, 2 wins and 3 losses. No Kittle. Beat up Trent Williams. Beltway Ben, they have asked so much of Christian McCaffrey this season, and now he's got to turn around on 4.5 days rest and do it all over again. After just doing it in Philadelphia and playing that uber physical Vic Fangio. Like, are they going to put it in his hands 25 times? Like, can they do that? Like, I mean, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. I think they're going to have to chase the game. I think they have to push the ball downfield. He's going to have to push the ball downfield. Like, I don't know if Pearsall's playing or not, but he never really plays. And he's going to do it without Kittle. I mean, I don't think Demarcus Robinson's going off again. Like, maybe it's Jennings. Okay. But this is a Seattle defense that doesn't really have to worry about the run game with San Francisco because they can't run the football. And it's hard to throw multiple touchdowns on them. And I think it's going to be really hard in this spot, especially with Seattle being so fresher and so much more healthy than San Francisco is. This parlay has hit in 3 of the 5 games that Purdy's faced McDonald. And he's never faced them in a do-or-die game in Seattle for all the marbles. I think the crowd will get to Purdy a little bit. And again, Trent Williams ain't right, and George Kittle's totally out. So that's one play. We also, in Die Bundesliga today, have another little parlay we played. Freiburg is at Red Bull Leipzig. We like Red Bull to win this match and there to be at least 3 goals scored in this match, plus 165 at Fanatics. At Fanatics, friends. How about that? Leipzig, 6-0-1 at home. 19 goals scored, just 6 conceded. Second best road team in Die Bundesliga. 6 of Leipzig's 7 home matches, Beltway Ben, have featured at least 3 total goals. Freiburg on the road, not great. 2-2-4. They've allowed 17 goals on the road, tied for the second most in Die Bundesliga. Freiburg road matches average 3.5 goals. Leipzig's home matches average 3.6 total goals. Enough said. And we do have one more play on the mighty Bavarian machine of Bayern Munich. We also goal and assist, and Harry Kane, whose goal scoring form has dipped lately, to have an anytime goal. Look, again, they scored 8 over the weekend. Olise had a hand in like 4 of them. It seems like with Leonard Cole, the 17-year-old, playing sort of behind Harry Kane as an attacking midfielder, he's on the ball, but when they're in their build-up, when they're in their transition play, that's a young kid who can get destroyed in the middle of the pitch. He's laying it off quickly to Olise. Olise's driving down the right wing, and he's sending through ball after through ball after through ball after through ball through the 18 and through the 6. Harry Kane's going to latch on to one soon. Lately, it's been Luis Diaz doing more of that, running in from the left side. But look, Olise might have a goal and an assist here. Olise's played 50 Bundesliga matches. He's got a helper in 24 of them. This season, he's got a goal or an assist in 11 of his 16 matches overall. Harry Kane might top Lewandowski's mark of 41 goals in a Bundesliga season. He scored 9 times, has Harry Kane, in 6 road matches. Yeah, there you go. Bayern to win, Kane to score. I also think they draw a penalty here. Cologne's going to have to get physical with them. They just watched them hang 8 on a Bremen side that doesn't compete that much or concede that much over the weekend. Kane takes the PKs, and Olise's all over the ball for them right now. That'll get you plus 120 at Bet365.
Yeah, we have a few different parlays. We'll start in the NFL. Simple one that yesterday, just looking through the games, I knew I was going to give this out. I'm going to be on James Cook a lot of different ways. But here, we're going to play the Bills on the money line and James Cook 60-plus rushing yards, plus 130. That Broncos defense is ferocious against the pass. They are trying to get after the quarterback, and a few of those guys have seen themselves finish with a few sacks in the game. They get confident. You're facing a Josh Allen, and you're doing everything you can to tee off against the pass. In those spots this season, when teams have tried to do that, James Cook slid right through and been the guy. He has the explosive runs in him, and that can really, really hurt a Broncos defense who, again, against the pass, they're one of the best teams in the NFL. But we've seen Joe Brady. Talk about it all the time. I think Joe Brady is way too tentative. He's a little scared. He'll sit on his own hands. He doesn't want to take the shots. He's trying to take away turnovers. Yep. If that's what he's going to do here, it should be handoffs to James Cook. Let him kind of carry this offense the way that he has in most of Josh Allen's successful games this year.
Let James cook.
Yes, let James cook.
James Cook.
That's very good. That is very good. But no, I also talked about it yesterday. I like the Bills. I not really buying the Broncos. I'm not buying the Patriots. Either of those two teams. I think this will be a Bills-Texans conference championship. So I like the Bills on the money line. If they're going to win, James Cook will have his fingerprints all over that. So those two parlayed. James Cook 60+. Bills on the money line is plus 130. Now let's jump into a regular play in college basketball. Iowa's team total under 66.5 points at minus 110. Gave this out on Hoops HQ, the article that we have out for today. I don't expect any scoring from Iowa here. Like, their offense has been up and down, but even at Drake, when Ben was there and you had Sturts, like, they were not like running it up. It wasn't a ton of scoring. It was good defense. They knew how to play the game. It wasn't anything special, but they're just a very good team that plays well together. Today, they're going to be playing in Mackey. They haven't had this experience much at all. This is their first year in the Big Ten together. Yeah. He brought that whole team from D2 to Drake last year. Then he goes from Drake now to here. And again, they were fun last year. They played good basketball. I'm not really buying it in this spot at Mackey Arena. That crowd's going to get under their skin. They're going to get in their head. And Purdue, as good as their offense is, their defense is still top 20 in the country. So I think they'll be able to get after it. I think they will hold Iowa down a little bit. It wouldn't even surprise me if Iowa scored less than 60 points here. And then an NBA parlay. Tyrese Maxey, 3+ three-pointers made. Jalen Brunson, 25+ points. Cooper Flagg, 20+ points. Kawhi Leonard, 20+ points, plus 206. All of these guys we touched on in this show. I like Jalen Brunson, except for Cooper Flagg, who we've been attacking. And the other night, if he doesn't get hurt, man. I do like him a lot here in this spot, though. Against that defense, the way that he's played, how aggressive he is. Denver, all their success of late, especially, which is crazy because Jokic goes out and the defense doesn't get – it's weird how it's been. But they've struggled, and number one options have scored a lot against them. You already have Anthony Davis out. Max Christie's out. They got 3 or 4 guys questionable. Cooper Flagg, even after rolling his ankles a go, he's not even listed on the injury report. So I think he has success scoring the basketball tonight, 20+ points. I was looking at his regular number, just trying to see if I could get there. I don't know. I really do like it, but he's been over it a bunch. What's his number here? It was like 23 or 24.5, I believe. Real quick, 23.5 and minus 110. I'll play that. I have not yet played it on my own. I will play it as soon as we get off of here. I will play that though. Cooper Flagg over 23.5 points tonight against the Denver Nuggets. But this parlay, Tyrese Maxey, 3+ three-pointers made. Jalen Brunson, 25+ points. Cooper Flagg, 20+ points. And Kawhi Leonard, 20+ points, plus 206.
We will have a shitload of NFL plays the rest of the week. I don't know if can you read some of that. If you can decipher some of that, that's plays I've made in the NFL that I'm going to start giving out tomorrow. If you can read that chicken scratch, email it to me. Let me know what you think. A lot of NFL plays tomorrow. Beltway Ben, I'm waiting on that Buffalo thing because money keeps coming in on Denver. Like,
it does. It was 122 the other day. Now
Buffalo, you can find Buffalo +2s around there now. Yeah. Let that thing get to 3. I'm gonna hammer the shit out of it.
Yeah,
like let that get to 3. But yeah, some of these plays we don't give out because we think we might be able to get you more value later. Sometimes it's because these shows already go an hour. So like whatever, you're trying to figure out like, when's the right time to reveal it, play it, whatever. I will be all over Buffalo. If you're looking to bet Buffalo, Denver, there's going to be a heavy flavor to my end of tomorrow's want to bet for sure. Because I don't love the NBA tomorrow night. There'll always be a couple college plays, but and that Bundesliga, we've only got one match we like tomorrow. I think there's only one match being played. It's the snowed out Hamburg match from the other night, from yesterday, that was in our parlay that got suspended. So there you have it. That's the show. Ben's other laptop is busted. Are you able to look? Is it actually charging or you don't know?
Yeah, it was dead. But it was a black screen.
It was dead.
And
okay.
It was a while, but
we'll have the ticket up tomorrow. Email us, wannabetwithus@gmail.com. We love getting feedback. We do this at 11 a.m. every day. Everybody in the Players Band, thank you. Like, again, submitting 3 different versions of the music and trying to decipher the AI gibberish. Like, those guys put a lot into this. We are fired up to have a new human-generated, not me and my son messing around on AI-generated ska-flavored theme song coming up. We look forward to that. Our friends at Odyssey tell us soon we're going to have a shot clock. That'll keep the show moving more. And it'll make us rip off Tony and Mike from PTI even more. But I'm allowed to because I've known them for like 35 years. And they're cool with it. And they once hung a Wanna Bet sweatshirt on their Statue of Liberty prop on their show. And then the gambling scandal broke in the NBA.
The next day.
That day.
Yeah,
And that was the end of that. That was the end of that.
Shout out to
Okay.
Chauncey
Thank you
Billups.
guys for tuning in. We'll
Thank
see
you,
you at
Chauncey.
11. You want to bet. We want to bet. Thank you for betting with us. That Bundesliga!